Hi all, this is Jenny Fagan from Webster Groves Herb Society. Just wanted to do a little report on our herb garden. It's been kind of a crazy year because we weren't able to have our herb sale. So I'm kind of mixing and matching and adding some stuff. And I'll give you a little walkthrough of the Hawken House herb garden over at Hawken House in Southwest Park. So as you know, we are a St. Louis County designated pollinator garden, and we planted this butterfly weed a couple years ago, and as you can see, it's going crazy. And you know what? I'm letting it this year. It's easy to pull out, even though it has runners underneath. So I've pulled a lot out that's going to bother my other plants, but I'm okay with that because we're filling this in slowly because people aren't shopping as much. So today I added some lemon verbena. I've been wanting to put zinnias in here because they attract butterflies. This is the butterfly weed, and we have lots of butterflies. This is calendula that just showed up from last year. Some sorry looking basil, but it will come later when it warms up. I just threw it in the ground. There's another little zinnia, some volunteer dill. We've got some fennel popping up in here. This garden looked empty earlier. Some lavender we planted over here. This is kind of our crowded Mediterranean garden, but I like it this way. Looks a little rough now, but you don't have to weed this. And it's going to be pretty. Yarrow looks like it wants to bloom. Put in a new golden sage. The chives are blooming. Trimmed back some stuff that didn't make it too well through the winter. That creeping rosemary. Here's a pretty plant, some golden marjoram. Okay, take you inside. There's our beautiful thyme garden that could use a little trimming. Judy, you're welcome to come on over and trim it, but it is flowering beautifully. Here is the chives blooming, savory, lovage. Put in my favorite African blue basil back there, and I'll show you that later this year. It's going to be beautiful. Wow, there is a big tarragon plant back there. I didn't know that. Pulmonaria, horehound, lovage, the Bible leaf plant, cosmere, and look at our beautiful comfrey. A great plant for the garden. Also planted some lemon catnip, southern wood, horehound. We're going to have some really nice echinacea this year. This angelica is going to bloom. Look at our pretty little chives. These guys are going to bloom. This is our lavender. Our mint has gone berserko. And also, this is Monarda. This Monarda is going to be really pretty this year. I will report to you on that. Back over here is the back side of this garden. These babies look terrible right now. But what I did with that African blue basil is I took cuttings, and that plant is pretty awesome. These cuttings in a couple days, if we keep them moist or we get some rain, we will have plants. And this is the best bumblebee provider. Chamomile popping up all over. Looks a little rough now, but I'll do a show and tell later. Here's the African blue that I trimmed off. I'll show you that later this year, and you'll see how big it gets and how much the bumblebees love it. So, folks, that's it for the garden. I'm sad we didn't have our sale. I miss all the people that come to the sale, and I miss all my Herb Society people. But if you get lonely, come on over. And if you need a snippet of herb for your cooking, feel free, because you know the more you trim an herb, the more it grows. So, Happy planting from Jenny and the Webster Groves Herb Society. Over and out.